What's up, Tipsies? This is Twyla's Tipsy Travelz, and this will be another installment of The Bachelorette Round, Brown, and Abroad edition. Okay, so this is going to be a two-part video. The Bachelorette Round, Brown, and Abroad edition part 2 update and part 3. Okay, so let's start off with a rewind back. Remember all the awesomeness of those 40 guys who had swiped right on me and were waiting to be matched with me. Okay, so out of those 40, I'd say 10 or 11 responded. Well, first of all, out of those 40, I liked 15 or 20. Okay, I'm not gonna like every single one of the ones who swipe me. Out of those 40, 15 to 20 I liked. And then out of those 15 to 20, I'd say 10 responded. And then out of those 10 who responded, 4 of them, it's been continuous conversation, with one eventually falling off, and that's okay. Because he was a bit like Eeyore. Like, hey guys, how's it going? He was a really ho-hum kind of guy. And I even said, I'm like, are you this morose all the time? Dude, like, you need to perk up. He was from Denmark, which I thought was kind of weird because I thought that was the happiest country in the world. Anyway. So yeah, so I'd have to say, you know, out of the 44 I'm talking to still, mind you, some of them I didn't like, and then some of them, I don't know, what the heck, why swipe if you're not going to respond? That seems to be a thing of these dating apps and the swiping. Like, a lot of people don't respond. They swipe you, but they don't respond. Like, it's almost like they swipe right on every single person just to see who liked them, as a kind of ego boost, which is really dumb. That's real dumb. But anyway, but 4 out of 40, 10%, is a whole heck of a lot better than the 0% that I used to get trying to online date. So I am happy. And then out, mind you, this was during World Cup. The World Cup, trying to, you know, like, get matches with guys during World Cup. I don't know, like, maybe they're a little bit busy watching the World Cup, because y'all know how guys are. So, yeah, that could have been a problem too. Also, I set up Bumble, and shortly thereafter had to come up to Aberdeen, and it goes by location, and the location, Aberdeen, was not jumping on Bumble. It was not. Like, I went from having several guys interested to like a handful, and then of the handful, what I was seeing was not really impressing me that much, at least on Bumble, in the beginning. So, but all those guys, because I was away from them, like, it goes by your location and the radius in which you're in. So all the matches and all the guys that were interested in Edinburgh, I could no longer see. So, yeah. And then that's another reason why I didn't go on a date for like 2 weeks. Like, I started this and I didn't finally go on a date until 2 weeks later, because I was up in Aberdeen, which is 2.5 hours train ride away from Edinburgh. So that was another reason why it took me so long to go on a first date. Something else that I noticed, that if there's a lack of details in their profile, more often than not, they're not going to respond back to you. More often than not always, but more often than not, if there's no details in their profile, like they're just lazy, like they just set it up and then went off, like they're not serious. I feel as if those who have left details in their profile are more serious. So beware. Also, I noticed that most of them haven't brought up race. Like, it's just, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. Like, they don't even care. It's not, like, they don't bring it up as, like, a fetish thing, like sometimes you get with American guys. Yeah, no. It's not really brought that up, so that's awesome. And another thing that they have not done is requested or sent an unsolicited pee-pee pic. I have to say pee-pee because I do have underage viewers. I have underage viewers, and so I'm just gonna leave it at pee-pee pic. I ain't getting the unsolicited. I haven't gotten any of that, and not even asking. They haven't even, like, you know, like how they're like, send me some nudes or whatever. Like, that's like one of the first things they say. No, I had one guy who we matched up, and he responded with, "I'm here for sex." And I was like, okay, good to know, but I'm gonna pass. Especially because every single picture that he had was goofy. Like, one with his shirt off, looked like he was in a place like Vegas, all being goofy. Another, like, you know, like drunk, took his shirt off, like, woo, you know, in the middle of the night. It wasn't like, you know, and he didn't have like the ripped body or whatever. So he's being real stupid. And then there was another photo of him in the shower with a woman's shower bonnet on her head, on his head. I'm like, if you're here for that, you might want to have a bit more serious pictures. Like, you know, women like eye candy, not some goofball. I don't know. Maybe he gets lucky with that goofiness. Moving on. So, one of the guys that I've been talking to consistently for 2 weeks, that we shall call hashtag Fluffy ManBear. He was a fluffy ManBear. That's what we're going by in this edition of The Bachelorette. Contestant number 1 is Fluffy ManBear, and we have been talking for some time. And I was in Aberdeen, and I realized that I was going to miss the beginning of the Jazz and Blues Festival. The beginning of the Jazz and Blues Festival is Mardi Gras and Carnival, and I'm like, I can't miss that. I have to see that. Like that, those photographs when I was moving here was what drew me to come, these photographs of these awesome festivals. So I'm like, I can't miss that. So I went back to Edinburgh, and I let him know, like, hey, I'm gonna be back in town for Mardi Gras and Carnival if you want to hang out. And so he's just like, I have a lot going on this weekend, but I'm going to try to make it on Sunday. I'm like, all right. So Sunday came. I had a great time at Mardi Gras. I have video of that, and I had a good time at Carnival. I have video of that. You'll see that in another video. I'm so far behind. So we met at the flower clock. It's a giant clock made of flowers. And he is 6'5", fluffy, bearded man. Like, I mean, just massive. And it's just like, wow. And I'm 5'1". 5'1". We were a very, very interesting pair. You know, I got the short blonde hair. I had a very bohemian and booby dress on with my little faux nose ring that was all blinged out with a with a choker on that looked quite a bit like a collar. Anyway, so here I am, and then he's this super straight-laced, cuddly man, or whatever. We were just a pair. And the date lasted for 7 hours. Get your mind out the gutter. Get your mind out the gutter. It was 7 hours of walking Edinburgh, trying to find like bars and restaurants to drink or to eat or whatever. And so we ended up having a couple of drinks in one meal in like 4 different restaurants. And it was just a lot of talking. And towards the second half, like by the time we got to the 3rd bar, he was looking at me like a ham hock. Like I could see, like, you know, the voice dropped an octave or 2, and like the eyes were laser focused, and I was a pork chop. And it's been a really, really, really long time since I felt that way. Since someone like was looking at me like I would sop you up with a biscuit. Like, it's been a really long time. And so that was very nice. It's very nice. And then we went to another bar, and then he dropped me off at home, and there may or may not have been some smooches, and it may not have been really good. Really good smooches for, you know, my very straight-laced, fluffy ManBear. So that is, I guess, contestant number 1, or bachelor number 1. It was very nice. It was a good time. There weren't, like, you know, it wasn't like, you know, the sparks flying or whatever, but it was nice. And nice enough to where I'd be willing to see him again. So that is that update. Next video, video number 3. If you like this video though, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to go ahead and follow me on this journey of travel and potential romance, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell so that you get notifications every time I drop a new video. And also, I'm starting a Facebook Tipzy Travelz page. And maybe eventually I'll move it over to just Facebook. So keep an eye out for Tipzy Travel, because I might be doing it solely on there eventually. We'll see. I don't know. It depends on how long it takes me to download on both YouTube and Facebook. So yeah. See you in the next video. Same outfit. I'm not changing. Stay tipsy, my friends.